Facebook Live, and welcome to another episode of Our Point of View, Up Close and Personal. That's where we interview one guest and one host, and we talk about about whatever's going on with them and their lives. And today we have a very special guest who happens to be my youngest daughter, and she's doing a lot of amazing things. So I was like, you know what, Jazz, we need to talk about what you're doing because you're always interviewing other people. So today we're going to be talking to Miss Jasmine Amanda Lewis, also known as Jazze Lewis. Hi, Jasmine.
Hi, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me. It's an honor. I'm very thankful. Very thankful.
This is so good. This is fun. I'm excited. I'm excited because, like I said, you're doing a lot of things, and I'm so proud of you. And I wanted to just be able to share. I wanted you to be able to share the things that you're doing with our viewing audience, as opposed to you always being the one interviewing. I wanted to take this opportunity to interview you.
Okay, cool. All right. So, hey, y'all. My name is Jazze Lewis. I'm a Renaissance woman. I'm a health and wellness advocate, and I am also the founder and CEO of Black Women Read. Also, just some random facts about me. I've had my locks for about 2 years, and I've also been vegan for a year. So yeah, that's about me. And I'm excited for y'all to get to know me, and I'm excited for the questions that you're gonna ask. I'm happy to be here. So
okay, so we're gonna jump right in it. Okay, you said you are a Renaissance woman.
Yes.
Explain to us what that means.
So Webster's Dictionary defines a Renaissance man as a person with many talents or knowledge of multiple things. So since I'm a woman, I'm a Renaissance woman. I have knowledge of different things. So when people ask, "Oh, Jazz, what do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, well, I sing, I dance, I act, I write, I model." Instead of running down that entire list, I just say, I'm a Renaissance woman. I'm a woman of many talents. Just how you have a jack of all trades, you can have a Jill of all trades. So Renaissance woman is the title I've decided to take on.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. So let's start with the first part. Okay, you said you're into holistic healing, health and wellness. Explain to us a little bit about that, what it is that you do with holistic healing.
Okay, so I love plants, and I love what plants can do for our bodies and how they work with our bodies. I don't take any prescription medication. I can't remember the last time I took ibuprofen, Aleve, Advil, any of that. Even when it comes to that time of the month, I don't take anything for it. I'll take sea moss. I'll take black seed oil. If I'm stressed out, I'll take a little bit of Damiano or some kava kava. It just depends on what my body needs at that time. Because everything that we need is growing here on our planet, on our home. And once we know how to use those herbs to the best of our abilities, we can do a lot of different things. So if you have a headache, there's different herbs that you can take. It's so amazing to see like what plants and the body do when they're combined. I just love it. I could talk about it all day. I do talk about it all day. I'm always researching something. I'm always trying to help somebody if they have something going on. I'm like, "Hey, how you feeling today? Oh, you said you got a headache. Well, what you been eating? Okay, well, I feel like you should cut this out of your diet, or you should try to incorporate this into your diet." I love helping people when it comes to their health. That's always been something I've been really passionate about, even when I was younger. Before I became vegan, when I was eating regular foods, I was getting the vegetarian options. I was eating the black bean burgers. I was getting the pastas. I was getting things like that because I remember trying to cook chicken and I'm poking this chicken and I'm like, this chicken feel like me. So I'm not trying to cook this because I ain't having it. So it made my transition to veganism a little bit easier. But I just love plants. I love what they earn. Like it's so exciting to know that we have these things here. And once we can just take time to get to know them, how you get to know people, you can get to know plants, you can talk to plants. So I just love earthy things.
Now, you recently went on a trip to San Diego,
Yes.
and you were one with nature. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Okay. So I took some time to go to San Diego to get away from just everything that was going around, to kind of be in isolation. I was in the mountains, I was meditating, And I was just allowing myself to be and exist in that time and in that moment, just to reconnect with myself, if you will. And also, while I was there, a friend of mine, she was like, Jazz, let's record a video of you dancing. I'm like, okay, cool, let's go ahead and do it. So we out in the desert in San Diego somewhere, and I'm freestyling to Beyonce's Bigger. And just the way she was able to capture it, it was beautiful. So shout out to Q. I love you. The Creole Griot. She is absolutely amazing. I'm very thankful for her. And I look forward to working with her again in the near future.
Now, what did this one with nature, what did it do for you? What was your purpose of going?
To connect with self, to connect with myself more than I've ever really been able to connect with myself. The place didn't have Wi-Fi, so I wasn't able
Let's try to
to.
call you.
The
You never
place didn't have Wi-Fi, so it forced you to be with yourself. Living in society, we have a lot of distractions that we're constantly dealing with when it comes to work, kids, TV, social media. We are always involved in something. We are always doing something. And when it comes time to just sit down with yourself and not do anything, some people can't do it. Sometimes it'll freak people out. It's too much for them to handle because their thoughts start racing, their thoughts start running. And when it comes to being with yourself and meditating, it's not about trying to control your thoughts. If anything, it's about allowing them to come, acknowledge them, and also allow them to pass, because it's a part of you. You're going to have those thoughts, but just because you think it doesn't necessarily make it true. But you can also think positive thoughts. And when you teach yourself to constantly think those positive thoughts and you change your mindset, you're going to change your life, because the mind is a very powerful tool and instrument. And most of the things that we use on a day-to-day basis mimic the human body. So unlock your power, unleash your power, know that you are powerful, know that you are amazing, know that you are divine, and know that you are powerful and you are capable of being mindful. You're capable of taking control of your life. Even though you're not completely in control of your life, you are capable of choosing happiness. You're capable of choosing to live a peaceful life. You're capable of choosing to live a Zen life, to live a life of tranquility. But you have to be willing to take the time to get to know who you are and sit with yourself and understand, these are my likes, these are my dislikes, these are my triggers, these are things that I'm still working on. And once you are able to be comfortable with being by yourself, you'll understand that you truly aren't by yourself. And it's a beautiful thing. And I'm still growing, I'm still learning. There are still things that I have to figure out and learn as I'm going, but I'm very thankful for the journey and for the opportunity.
Okay. Now you had mentioned about sea moss. You had
Yes.
mentioned about sea moss. Tell us a little bit about that, because I know you deal with a lot of sea moss and you make it and you sell it and all. So tell us about that.
Okay, so sea moss is an algae. Sea moss is normally found around Jamaica or Ireland, but now more people are starting to grow it, so it's becoming a lot more popular. So you can get more access. You can get your hands on it a lot quicker than you were able to not too long ago. But what you do is, when you get the sea moss, if you get it in its raw form, it looks like how can I describe it? It looks like little phalanges type of things, like kind of has this thing going on, but it's dried out. It's dried out and it's shriveled up, and you have to soak it. You have to soak it in spring water, alkaline water. You can also soak it with some limes and lime juice just to help it get the water back into it. And then once you do that, you're going to blend it up with some spring water and some love, and it gets a jelly-like texture and consistency. And then from that point forward, you can take it by the spoonful, you can mix it into your foods, you can put it in your smoothies, however you feel fit to get it into your body is great. The importance of sea moss is sea moss contains 92 of the 102 trace minerals that the body needs to function. And this is very important because with the standard American diet, we aren't getting all of the vitamins and nutrients that we need. Most people are taking multivitamins, they're taking all these additional supplements. There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I call sea moss nature's multivitamin. It was put here, it's good for us, so I'm gonna use it. I highly encourage people to try it, even if you haven't tried it, just to see like what it does for you. It gives you energy. It helps with your hair growth, your nail growth, your skin. It can help improve your libido. It can help remove mucus from the body. That is the main reason as to why I use it. It pushes mucus out of your system because mucus is not good for us. So I remember when I was eating lots of dairy and stuff, I would get mucus in the back of my throat a lot. But me going vegan and me also using the sea moss, it helped to secrete the mucus out of my system. And I love how I feel. Most of my clients, they come back for more sea moss. I just had somebody text me not too long ago asking for 2 jars of sea moss tomorrow, so I can make some tonight. It's a game changer. And you can also get it in the powder form. You can get it in the pill form. If you don't have time to make smoothies or put in your tea or stuff like that, if you're traveling. My sister, she's a flight attendant, so she asked about how she could get sea moss into her diet without making the gel. I recommended the capsules to her. So if y'all are looking for another way to get into your system, I recommend the powder in the capsule form as well.
Right, because I was taking the capsules. You had given me the capsules. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, okay, you're doing all this holistic and Renaissance woman. What in your life or about your life made you come up with this decision and that's what you wanted for yourself? Because you have the hair locked, because when you were younger, you always had the long hair, we didn't have it locked or anything, we had the relaxer in it. And, it's just why the sudden change? No, it's not sudden because it's been going on for a few years since you graduated from college about. Yeah. So.
Kind of like, because I did the big chop, like.
Yeah, I did the big chop.
2000, we ain't gonna talk about that. In like 2011, 2012, I was just like, I don't want to get relaxers anymore. I want to cut my hair. And next thing you know, my mom was taking a chunk of my hair and just cutting it. And was like, all right, here we go. I'm like, wait a minute, no, my hair.
I was tired of you saying, I want to cut my hair. I want to cut my hair. It's like, okay, well then let's do it. And I just grabbed it and cut it off.
You ain't let me pray over my hair. You ain't let me think about it. You ain't let me
I was tired of hearing it. So I got the scissors and I cut it off. And we had no other choice but to cut it all off. All right, well, but it looked really nice. It looked really nice. But okay.
It's cute.
So okay, you got your hair cut, and then you decided that you didn't want to relaxer anymore, so you were gonna lock it. You didn't want to do natural. So you said that was in college. So what else made you decide to go this route as far as becoming a vegan, the holistic, the hair lock? What is it about Jasmine that changed to that? And you also have your dancing, your creative dancing, and all of it blends in together. Yeah. So that makes Jazzy. That makes Jazzy. Yeah. So, how did we come about this particular Jazzy?
So I think about that question a lot, actually. Like, what got me to this point? Like, what happened where I was just like, this is how I want to live my life? And honestly, I feel like I've always been this person. I had to make the decision to be this person, and to be this person authentically, genuinely, unapologetically, just jazz, and be okay with that, because I've always been different. I've always had a little quirkiness to me. I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be something that I wasn't. And I'm like, that is not good for me. That's not good for anybody. Everybody's supposed to be just who they are and just love who they are, because they only get one of them. And we don't need another Beyonce. We need a Jazz. We need a Michael. We need a Jennifer. We need a Dion. We need these individuals, because it's like, you never know who's inspired by watching you. You never know who needs you to take that leap of faith so they can take theirs. It's like, you just never know. So you have to be who you are. When I was younger, I was dancing everywhere. Like, you couldn't get me to stop dancing. I'm dancing in the grocery store. I'm dancing just to dance. I'm dancing and there's no music playing because it's playing in my head. I've just always been I've always been a creative. I've always wanted to create and just birth something new. And it's who I am. It's a part of me. And I was trying to be something that I wasn't. Um, and I was like, I'm done with that. I can't. First of all, it's tiring trying to be somebody else. It's tiring trying to mimic other people. And I'm not saying to not learn from others. I learn from people every day, all day, every day. But it's about what you do with the information that you're gaining from others to help yourself be the best you that you can be. And when it came to me going the holistic route, I remember getting kicked off of my mama's health insurance. I feel like that was like the big kicker. Like, okay, I have to make sure I can survive. I have to make sure I can take care of myself no matter what happens. So, and my grandmother was also holistic. She had 8 children, so she couldn't afford to take everybody to the hospital all at once. She was in the kitchen whipping up some herbs, talking about some, here, take this honey, this garlic, this cayenne pepper, if you got a cold, and sweat it out real quick and drink some ginger ale, this water, like, you gonna be good. So I feel like it's just been in my DNA. It's been embedded in me. And with me locking my hair, I've always wanted locks. My aunt had locks, and I've always wanted locks. I have always wanted to lock my hair because I remember seeing my aunt Missy like dance around her house, swinging her locks. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to swing my locks and dance around my living room. And now I got locks and I'm swinging my locks around my living room. Like, it's so freeing. And like, they look good. They feel good. They're versatile. And then being vegan and switching to a holistic lifestyle, with me wanting to take care of myself, I had to do it in a way where I could depend on myself. So researching different plants, researching different herbs, researching different remedies that can help if I do get sick. Black seed oil is something that I love to take. It's very beneficial for the body. It can help with just about anything that you have going on. Like, it's a process. It's a if you're interested in it, I just say go for it, dive deep into it. I lost my grandmother to, I believe she had congestive heart failure. My grandfather recently passed this year from a stroke. And I said, I don't want that for me. I don't want that for me. I want to be able to live a full, long, and happy life. Not saying that they didn't have that opportunity, but if I want to live my life to the fullest and to the best of its ability, to the best of my ability, I have to take care of home base the best way I know how, the best way possible. Eating fruits and vegetables, eating nuts and legumes and things like that to help my body function properly how it's supposed to. So majority of the products I use on my skin are pretty holistic. I use activated charcoal and coconut oil toothpaste. I don't use fluoride toothpaste. I try to drink spring water as often as possible. The only things that I use that aren't vegan, if you will, would be like my nails and a little bit of makeup. But besides that, I try to keep it as minimal as possible because my body is my temple. I have to protect my body, and nobody else is going to do it for me. I have to do it for myself. And if I can inspire anybody to like take their health seriously, please go for it. Do it one step at a time. If you just got to start with adding a little bit more green vegetables to your plate when you're eating dinner, or a green shake in the morning, like, it's possible. You just have to want to do it. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody can make you do it. And honestly, I have more fun with food now than when I wasn't vegan. I have more fun with my hair now than when it was relaxed. Like, I love being me. I love being this Jazz. And I'm just excited to see where I'm going to be in the future, like in the next 10 years, because I love who I am now. I love what I'm doing now. But Jazz in her 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s, yo, the level up is going to be crazy. So y'all get ready. And yes, I'm just so thankful.
Okay, so you're talking about, the holistic healing, the health and wellness and everything. What about your mental health? How is that? How's that working out for you?
My mental health. Depression and anxiety is real. I was depressed once upon a time. Sometimes I still struggle with anxiety. Sometimes I still struggle with imposter syndrome. Y'all, I'm human. I feel emotions just like everybody else. We all go through our ups and our downs, but it's about perseverance and to keep going and know when to rest, know when to meditate, even if you don't know how to meditate. Anything can be a meditation. I use dance as a meditation. I'll write for meditation. I'll just sit in silence to meditate. You can sit cross-legged, close your eyes, and hum different frequencies to help your body balance out. It depends on what's best for you. Because some people don't know how to meditate. Some people can't sit still. Some people need to write. Some people need to move to meditate. Whatever helps you get to that Zen space, that feeling of clarity, that feeling of just calmness and peace, whatever helps you get to that, do it. But do it as healthily as possible and with your best interest at heart always. You just hold space for yourself. Sometimes I'll just hug myself and just allow myself to feel the love, because I give a lot of love to other people. But the love that you give to other people, you need to know how to give that love to yourself as well. So my mental health is pretty great right about now. I'm very happy. Even though we have a lot of stuff going on, even with everything that's going on, I still choose to be happy because my family's healthy. I'm healthy. My friends are healthy. We're all going through our stuff that we're going through. But I know, like, everything happens for a reason. And if anything, this past year has made me a lot stronger. It's taught me the importance of communication, connection, friendship, relationships, sanity, picking your battles, and trusting yourself. So, yeah.
Okay. Now let's talk about your dancing, because you're a creative dancer. You have a different style of dancing. Now you put all this together. You have your holistic healing. You have you're the Renaissance woman. You have your dancing. You have your one with nature. I mean, and we witnessed it, and it's like, what is she doing? Why is she hugging that tree? And it's like. We don't understand it, like, but she loves it. If you like it, I love it, I mean, if that makes you, feel energetic and, being a part of nature, that's awesome. So explain to us about the dancing. How does that make you feel? Because you've been dancing since you were 2 years old. You've been dancing since you were 2, and you're just, skyrocketing with it. So how does that make you feel?
Ooh, dance is and will always be my first love. Dance has helped me get through a lot of different situations, difficult situations, happy situations. Dance is also a form of meditation for me. I used to try to control my body and my movements, and I used to try to make myself look like other people when I'm dancing, but I can't. So I focused on freestyle and improv movement for a while to figure out how my body moves, because my body is going to move different from your body, and your body is going to move differently than my body, just naturally. How we walk, how we sit down, how we stand up, like we're all so similar, but yet we are all so different. It's like we are part of an orchestra, if you will. But instead of having a limited number of instruments, there is an endless amount of possibilities that different bodies can do. There's only so much that you can do with a human body, but what your body chooses to do in a moment creatively makes it individual. Um, and I am a very watery, free flowing type of freestyle dancer. And sometimes when after I dance, I have no idea of what I just did. I honestly feel like God is using my body sometimes, like just to tell stories, to express different things. And I'm honored to be a vessel because sometimes I'll watch back what I did and I'm like, I did that? How did I do that? And I'll try to mimic what I did and I can get close to it, but it's never the same. But I do want to work on choreography. That's something that I am starting to work on next, figuring out how to put my movements to other dancers. I feel like that would be really beautiful to watch. But I love dance. I've always loved dance. I will always love dance. It's always going to be a part of my life. I even noticed like just how I move generally. I'm dancing. All of us, we are always dancing. Movement is dance. Dance is movement. It's all the same. So even if you think that you can't dance and you feel like you got 2 left feet, you probably got the best 2 left feet for whoever you are. That's how nobody can 2-step like you if you got 2 left feet. You got 2 left feet. Like it's beautiful to see like how people move. Like dance is beautiful. It's amazing.
Yeah, we were out at the store the other day, and she was just dancing, just no music, just dancing and dancing. And then we went somewhere. Oh, we went to get some food, and she was dancing, and the people behind the counter actually stopped, and they were watching her. And they were just watching her dance, and she was just going to town. And then once we got our food, we were trying to get their attention, and we couldn't get their attention. Like, you need to dance some more so get their attention.
I'm like, hello, hey y'all, like y'all see me now. I need some ketchup, and y'all won't like. All right, that's cool.
Yeah, but it seems like dancing makes you happy.
It does.
It just really makes you happy, you know. And you dance at the drop of the dime because, like, you know, we were fortunate enough for, well, I mean, you know, my dad's, you know, at your grandfather's funeral, she just said, I want to dance. I want to dance at his, you know, at his service. And I'm like, okay, all right. So she just, you know, we put her in a spot, you know, she took off her shoes and she just started dancing to one of the songs of the service. And it was just amazing. It was just amazing watching her. And I wish it could have been recorded. I don't think anybody was able to record it. You know, we were all shocked that you just, you know, freestyled so fast, you know. And, you know, it was beautiful. It's like when you put your mind to it, you just go all out. And I used to enjoy watching her dance when she did pageants when she was growing up, because she did pageants when she was growing up too, but she don't like to talk about that. Tell me why you don't like to talk about pageants.
Oh Lord. Okay. I have a kind of a love-hate relationship with pageants. And it's because I wanted to win. I wanted to win so bad because you get the big crown, you get the big trophy, you get the pretty sash, you get to wave to everybody, you're a queen, and it's just, it's so lovely, it's great. But if you don't know why you're doing pageantry, it doesn't necessarily, well, for me, it didn't have the best impact on me. Not putting down pageantry. Pageantry isn't for everybody. If pageantry is for you, great. I love it. I still watch Miss USA and Miss Universe to this day. Hands down, it's beautiful. But you have to know who you are when you're doing pageantry, because I was trying to change who I was to win, and that's not a good thing. Once I allowed myself to step back from pageantry. I gained a lot of things from pageantry. I learned how to speak in front of huge audiences. I learned how to interview like nobody's business. I learned how to perform in front of an audience. I learned how to model. I got a modeling scholarship. Pageantry did some really great things for me, but it also took a toll on my confidence because I wanted to win. I couldn't understand why I wasn't winning. And because I wasn't winning, I thought I wasn't good enough because I didn't win. But I had to learn that I'm a winner no matter what, win, lose, or draw. And they teach you that in pageantry. You're always a winner, whether you have the crown or not. And then I didn't get it. I was like, man, whatever. I need this crown. Like, I'm taking this crown home. But not understanding what they're saying and then trying to go into it as somebody else and not yourself, it can do a lot to you mentally. But I commend anybody that does pageantry. I still know some pageant girls who are killing it, but they know who they are. They know their purpose. They know their reason behind it. And that makes it beautiful to watch them blossom into these amazing women. But it's not for everybody. If that's for you, great. If it's not for you, great. While I was in it, I took what I could take from it. But now that I'm out of it, I'm out of it. I've considered doing the Miss Lock pageant since I have locks, but it would be a completely different Jazze competing in that pageant. It wouldn't be Jazze trying to be somebody else and just really wanting to win because I want to win and I don't know why I want to win. It would be Jazze as a human and as a real individual talking to you as Jazze, because Jazze is dope and Jazze is going to be dope whether she win, loses, or draw regardless. But I am thankful for what I got from pageantry. It was a great experience. The dresses, just all of it was great. It was great. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. So if you're looking for something to be fun and girly, go for it. But I can be fun and girly without it. So, yeah.
I wasted all that money on you in this pageant. I want my money back. I want all my money back.
I won some trophies. I won talent and stuff like that.
Yeah, you won a lot of talent
because of it.
You did a lot of talent. But it was a learning experience. It was a learning experience. Now we're gonna get to Black Women Read. You got your sweatshirt on. I have my t-shirt on. Yay! Yay! Thank you for my little t-shirt. I have my button. Yay!
Yes, thank you. Thank you for
so you're welcome, love. You are the CEO, the founder, the creator of Black Women Read. Where did you come up with this title and why?
To be honest with you, I didn't come up with it. It came to me in a dream in 2018. I saw it clear as day. It said Black Women Read. And I'm like, Black Women Read. And I woke up and I wrote it down. I was like, Black Women Read. I was like, we do read. Like, duh. And then I was like, okay, let me do some research. So I Googled the name and nothing came up. And I'm like, okay. I went to social media. Nothing was coming up. And I was like, Black Women Read. I was like, okay. And I just went with my gut and I made the Instagram page. I made a Twitter. I made an email account. I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. I'm just gonna put it out there and whatever happens will happen. And for a good little minute, nothing was happening. I was just like dropping some books like, hey, read this book. Or hey, this is a Black woman reading. Or oh, she looks cute with this book. Or oh, you should read this book. And then it started getting some attention. People were like, oh, Black women read. And I'm like, yeah, Black women read. And then it just kept growing and growing. And I'm featuring more beautiful Black women in these books and we're reading. And then somebody hit me in my DMs and was like, hey, do you do interviews? It's like, I don't do interviews. I was like, I do interviews. Heck yeah. When do you want to do an interview? Like, we can schedule it for this time. And then next thing you know, I've interviewed like over 10 different authors. I've helped to give away 50 different indie Black authored books. I've featured 10 poets. I've done book giveaways. We're currently reading Untamed by Glennon Doyle. Like, I have women that are reading this book around the world with me, and I love books, and there are other Black women that love to read and that love books. And I'm getting messages like, thank you so much for creating this outlet for us. Please keep going. Please don't stop. Like, you don't know what you're doing for us. And I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how this has grown to the way that it's grown. I know God is all over this, but just to see it go from like a dream to a name on paper to now I have people wearing like Black women read apparel. We're reading books together. Like, I'm having a conversation with my mom about like this company that I've created that thousands of women are in love with and like eager to see like what we're going to read next, what author I'm going to feature. And I'm bringing authors to their readers. And I have so many ideas of what I want to do next with this company. And sometimes I mind blow myself and I'm like, this is happening. This is a thing. Like, it's amazing. It's y'all, like, I'm so thankful. And like I'm just so thankful. It's been an amazing couple of years. It started in 2018. We're now in 2021. And I'm very excited and eager to see like what comes from this. Like, are you crying?
No.
But I'm just so thankful, y'all. And if you want to support, our Instagram is at Black Women Read Official. Our Facebook is Black Women Read Online. Our Twitter is at Black Women Read. And then I also have the links for if you want to purchase some apparel or if you just want to support, we have a Patreon. You can support through Patreon. You can buy some apparel to support Black Women Read. But I just see so much with it and what it's going to do for people. And I have a friend of mine, Stephanie, she purchased a shirt. And when she was substitute teaching, little girls would come up to her and say, I love your shirt. And I was like, that's why I'm doing what I do. Because I remember being in school and I was in gym class and we supposed to be running laps. My behind is in the corner reading Twilight. And I'm like, I'm gonna run my laps when I'm done with this chapter. And my gym teacher was like, I can't even be mad at it. She's reading a book. Like, what I'm gonna tell her, stop reading? Like, it's y'all.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful.
So how do you get different authors on your to feature their book on Black Women Read? Now, what do they have to do if they
want? Just shoot me an email, jasmine@blackwomenread.com. Shoot me an email. Let me know what your book is about. If you want to just have your book featured, if you want to be interviewed, and we can go from there. Yeah, I'm all about like pushing these new books and pushing Black authors. And I'm just like, however I can help, if I can help, I'm gonna help. If I can't help, I'm gonna send you in the direction of somebody that can help. So I'm all.
And it's not just, it's even though it's called Black Women Read, you have interviewed Black men.
Yes, I have.
Okay. So do you have a lot of men who are actually part of the Black Women Read?
They're not necessarily a part of it, but they support. Okay. Like, they'll buy the merchandise, they'll come in, pop on the live interviews, they'll buy books from some of the authors. There may be a new branch of Black Women Read coming out soon. Y'all heard it here first. But okay. Yeah, I'm just like, the possibilities are endless at this point. Mm-hmm. So.
Mhm.
And you can't put a limit on education, knowledge, wisdom, and it's nothing like holding a book in your hands. People write books about everything. If you like cars, I'm pretty sure there's books on cars. If you like magic, everybody knows about Harry Potter, Children of Blood and Bone. Whatever you're interested in, there's a book out there for you.
Right.
You have to find it, or it's
Right.
gonna find you. But
Mhm.
it's nothing like reading a book, because watching TV is different. TV, everything is laid out for you. When you're reading a book, you have to create
You
this world
imagine it.
in your mind.
Right.
You
Right.
have to see it. You have to envision the characters, what they look like. And what I envision is going to be different from what you envision, even though we have the same exact description of what it's supposed to look like. My Hogwarts could have been purple castles and blue dragons and pink dementors, but but that's what makes reading so fun. And then when you
Mhm.
finally see it go to screen, it's like, ooh, that's what she was thinking when she wrote it. Okay, all
Mhm.
right, I see what she was doing. But and then the conversation starters. What books have you been reading? Oh, I've been reading this. I've been reading this. Oh, I love this type of book. Oh, I love this type of book too. It's just like, books are amazing. So
So how do you all pick which book you read for the book club? How do you pick? I mean, do you allow your members to help out picking the books, or do you just pick a book and say we're going to read this one, or how do you go about that?
I do research. I'll Google, I'll Amazon. Amazon has like a top 10 bestseller books of 2020 or 2019 or whatever. And I'll take it to the people who are a part, who want to vote and participate, and be like, okay, these are the options that we have. Let's pick between these two books. And that's how we wind up reading The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. It was a vote. And then also Untamed by Glennon Doyle. It was this one and another book I can't remember the name of, but this one won like by a landslide. And I was like, okay, cool. We're reading Untamed, and it's a self-help book. It's about teaching women that it's about showing, it's like, who told you that you were supposed to be tamed? Who said that women were supposed to be a certain way and live to a certain degree and a certain standard? Who told you that was the only way to be a woman? Who said this is a woman? And it's like, yeah, this is a woman, but remember, you are a woman. Women are powerful.
Right.
Women are, we create life. Women change the world. Women are some powerful, if you know what I mean. Like, oof, don't get me started, because
And you have some role models besides your mother, of course.
do I have role models? I do. I love Erykah Badu. I
Mhm.
love India Ari. I love Beyonce. I love my friends, like the women that are in my circle. Um, it's nothing like learning from somebody that's near and dear to you, because you get to see them go through their journey, and you get to see like how they navigate through things. One of my most favorite people in the world, Bree Seals, one of my closest friends. I've known her since high school. When I tell you that is a bad chick, I've seen her at her lowest points. I've seen her at her highest points. She is the founder and artistic director of Breathe, the dance experience. They just celebrated 8 years of being a dance company, and she did it on her own. She has a team of dancers that she works with, but the idea, the thought, the paperwork, everything that she had to do, like, she's in DC, navigating through DC, being from Atlanta, like, just seeing how she moves and how she does it so gracefully, she inspires me to be better. She inspires me to be a better person. And I just love watching her move and watching her grow. And through everything, she does it with a smile on her face. I'm just like, yo, I'm so proud of you. And she's like, I'm proud of you too. Like, but I'm really proud of you. So
That's cool. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, 5 or 10 years? What are your goals for yourself?
crazy thing is, I just did that last night. I did, oh, what did we do? I mapped out the next, I think like 40 years of my life. And I did this. Wait a minute now. Listen, I didn't do it like in detail, but I wrote down what I want. Shout out to Trudy. Trudy! Shout out to Trudy. She's amazing. But I wrote out what I want for my life, what I want my career to be, what I want my businesses to look like, how I want to move like on this planet, how I want to make an impact on the world. And I noticed that trying to write out what I want was hard because I was thinking from a lack mindset, from the mindset of, oh, I can't do that. I can't, that's not gonna happen. And I was like, wait, I can do anything. I have nothing limiting me or holding me down.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, I want this. I want that. I want to do this. I want to do this. And somebody else is really good at that is my little brother, Michael. The way his mind works, he's like, I want this. This is going to happen. I'm doing this. And I'm like, yo, these people have been around me for so long. And that's why I'm saying, like, I admire people that are around me and how they move. Because I'm like, yo, if they doing that and I'm around them, like, okay, I see how they move it. Okay, so I just need to honestly believing in yourself. Seriously, like just believing in yourself and knowing that you are capable of making things happen how you want them to happen and being dedicated to like doing it. Who's gonna stop you? Who's gonna say you can't do it? Who's gonna say, nah. And if they say no, you better use that no as a brick and keep stacking them bricks until you build you a wall and build you a castle. Keep going. Like, even if you have to stop and take your breaks, do that. But at the end of the day, like, nobody's going to believe in you how you believe in you.
Right.
Nobody is going to do the work for you. You better love you the way Kanye loved Kanye. Like, for real. And keep it trucking and keep it moving. You can't... Can you tell Kanye West anything? No, you can't. Housewife, how you gonna tell him something? You can't. You can't do it. So you have to be confident. You have to believe in yourself. You have to keep going. Take your breaks. Have your moments. Feel your emotions, but believe in yourself. You have got to believe in yourself. Like, seriously, believe in yourself. Believe in your magic. Believe in your power. Believe in what you are capable of, because you are capable of things that you can't even imagine. The things that you are thinking of, just know, bigger. Like, bigger.
Like I used to always tell you guys, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. Yeah, they don't scare you, they're not big enough. So what advice would you have given to, with everything you know now, what advice would you have given to your younger self?
Get out your head. Stop thinking. Just do it. Like, stop thinking so much. Stop questioning everything. Don't be afraid. You have nothing to be afraid of. You are protected. You are covered. You are loved. You can make it happen. You just have to try. Perfectionism is not your friend. And if you try to make it your friend, it's going to hold you back. Perfectionism is not something, it's something that I can still struggle with sometimes, because I like things to be a certain way. But something I've learned, even with starting Black Women Read, is it's going to change. It's going to grow. It's going to evolve. It's not always going to be the same.
Right.
Just think about like different apps that we use. How many updates do you get to your apps every other day?
In your
Change is
iPhone.
going to happen.
Right.
Like it's going to happen. And just try. If don't nobody else believe in you, you got to believe in you. Do that one push-up. Do that one jumping jack. Write that one chapter of your book. Take that dance class, whether you look crazy or not. Like, go for it. Give it your all. Like, just have that hunger. Know, like I said earlier, somebody out there needs you and you don't even know that they need you. Even when you don't think people are watching you, people are always watching you, but don't do it because people are watching. Do it because that's what you want to do.
Right.
Even if you want to help somebody, don't help somebody just to say, yo, I help such and such. No, help them because it's just what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Like that's just what is on your heart.
Right.
And just like live your life. Be happy, have fun. Like just enjoy yourself. Life is too short to be trying to have every perfect detail about what you want to do right now and how it's supposed to go, and it has to look this way, and if it doesn't look this way, I can't do it because it has to look this way, but somebody else needs to see it look this way. I did a recap of my 2020, and I remember making my first Black Women Read shirt, and I burnt the shirt, and I posted that picture. And a friend of mine, he was like, yo, keep that picture because that's going to be a part of your story.
Yeah.
And sure enough, it's a part of my story. Like, I was so mad. I was like, no, it's not supposed to go this way. The shirt, I burnt the shirt. Like, I melted it. I messed it up. It was bad. It was wrong. But I'm like, he was like, Jazz, what are you mad about? I'm like, it didn't work. It was wrong. I messed up. He was like, you gonna mess up. Okay. So you gonna sit there and be mad because you messed up, or you gonna get up and do it again? And if you mess up, you're gonna get up and do it again until you get it right.
Right.
It's not gonna be perfect all the time. It's just not. But it's gonna hit when it needs to hit.
Right.
You gotta let it, you just gotta you gotta trust, you gotta believe, and you gotta go for it.
Yeah. Great. So what's next for Jazze?
Ooh, what's next for Jazz? Well, I have an audition I have to tape fairly soon. So I'm excited about that. Very thankful for the fact that I'm still getting auditions with everything going on. I just finished American Leopard, directed by Jasmine Guy, and Focus Films, Blue Bistro, and Chalant Productions were all a part of that. So shout out to the team. And amazing cast, amazing crew. So yeah, just Black Women Read, being creative, staying healthy, protecting my energy and my space, and and having fun, like being happy, choosing to be happy, and not trying to control my next steps or control what's gonna come next, and just enjoy the ride as long as I can. But have my goals, but enjoy my ride as I'm achieving those goals.
So have you ever thought about writing a book or anything?
I have. But I don't know what I want it to be about. I feel like I need to get more life experience under my belt before I write that kind of book. If I'm gonna do that kind of book, I have been thinking about writing a nonfiction, I believe, like I don't know. I'm probably will write something. I'm just not exactly sure just yet. So if I do, y'all will know.
Okay. Okay. So do you have any advice you would like to give out to anyone as far as starting a business, as far as, maybe going natural or holistic? Do you have any advice?
Okay. When it comes to hair can always grow back. If you've considered locking my hair changed my life. It really did. It's a journey. I would recommend not doing it with the lock extensions. I would recommend just doing it with your hair. And what it forced me to do is it forced me to love myself no matter what I look like. Because I remember crying like the first couple months. I was like, I don't look how I want to look. I don't feel pretty. I don't feel this. And I'm like, my hair doesn't define how pretty I am. If I wanted to cut all this off right now and I would still be me. But just that journey and that transformation was beautiful. And like looking back at pictures, I'm like, dang, I remember that time. I remember where I was when I took this picture. I remember what I was doing. Advice for healthier eating. Like I said, you don't have to jump straight into veganism if you don't want to. Just try like a meatless Monday. Try no meat for a day. Try no cheese or dairy for a day, just to see and like pay attention to how your body feels.
No cheese.
Yeah, no cheese.
No cheese.
No cheese. And just see how your body feels. Like listen to your body. Pay attention to your body. If you want to become vegan, great. Go on YouTube, look up some recipes. I love cooking with oyster mushrooms. You can make oyster mushrooms taste like chicken. You can make it taste like you laughing, but
everything
you laughing, but I'm telling you, I know some of the best vegan chefs in Atlanta. For example, you got Grass BBQ. Terry is the owner and the founder of Grass BBQ. So shout out to Terry. He just finally opened his storefront in Stone Mountain. When I tell you, this is the best vegan barbecue, probably the best barbecue I have tasted, hands down. And it's vegan. He makes a mean lobster roll, pulled pork sandwich. He makes mac and cheese, collard greens, all of that. Y'all, I be about ready to slap him because it's so good. I'm mad he's all the way in Stone Mountain and he's not in the city anymore because now I got to drive all the way to Stone Mountain to get me a pulled pork sandwich. I don't like it. But it's just like experiment. Try different things. If you like mushrooms, try mushrooms. If you like tofu, you can try tofu. I don't really do too much tofu, but if that's something that you want to try it. But there are different things that you can try. You have your plant-based meats if you want to try those. Jackfruit is really good. It just depends on like what you're willing to try. Most people, when they hear vegan or veganism, they're like, oh, so you eating like twigs and leaves on a bun? I'm like, oh. Like, actually, no, I don't eat twigs and leaves on buns, but thanks. Thank you. It's great. It's actually, I love being vegan. Like, I love being vegan. Starting a business, know why you're starting a business. Because if it's something that you really want to do, you're going to be doing it for a long time. Be patient, take your time. Have fun.
Thank you so much for doing